Hi, Eric.
Hi, Kassi.
Uh,
I love the dead silence immediately after. Okay. You have nothing to say?
Nothing to say. I was trying to think if I had anything.
Nothing happened specifically of any interest to you.
Really? It's been kind of slow.
It's been a boring, slow day.
Yeah, it was nice. No, I was trying to think if I had anything I wanted to bring up specifically before we got into it. I don't think.
I mean, what are we getting into per se? What is the it that we're getting into?
The conversations of it.
Are we talking about the movie It with the angry evil
I was
clown?
gonna say I don't think we can talk about that because you haven't seen it.
I mean, that doesn't necessarily stop me from talking about it.
Okay, well, what are your feelings on it? How come you didn't go see it?
I think clowns are meh. I don't get why so many people are scared of clowns, but also I get it.
You get it and you don't get it. You get it, you don't get it, but you can respect it.
Yeah, pretty much.
Or maybe you don't respect it. Maybe you're like, that's what you're afraid of.
Like, I don't understand it, but I understand it, you know?
Is that the only reason you didn't go see it? Because you're like, it's a scary movie. I'm not scared of clowns. Or crowns.
No, the reason I didn't go see it is because I don't watch horror
Any
movies.
horror movie. Now, when you say you don't watch horror movies, like, is it slasher films? Like, would you watch a thriller? Like a suspense type movie?
I mean, maybe if someone else really wanted to, but even then I probably wouldn't.
What's the main movie genre you watch?
Main movie genre I watch? Probably somewhere between like action or adventure or comedies or somewhere in that kind of vein.
Maybe I'm wrong on this. Even when you watch an action movie, it's still more of like a lighthearted action,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, usually, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Not that there aren't like, you know, legit, quote unquote, legit action movies that aren't still good, but like generally it's the lighthearted ones, yeah.
No, yeah. I mean, you can appreciate movies and for what they are, you know. There's a lot of movies that sometimes I see once and I'm like, I thoroughly enjoyed that and I never want to see it again.
Yeah, for sure. That's definitely a thing, right? Where you're like, that was actually really good, but it's not one that I care to ever watch again, even though I will admit it was good the first time.
A lot of movies that deal with heavy subject matter are that way for me. I can enjoy it the one time, but I'm like, I don't want to go back to that place.
Like heavier dramas.
Yeah. I'm like, I don't need to see that again.
Yeah, for sure. Same way. So you have on our Discord thing, what's the fiasco?
That was last week. I got home and everything and I was feeding my dogs. Like I have a whole routine when I get home, you know, like I let the dogs out, I feed them. I usually sit and eat my lunch, all of that stuff, right? And so I had just got home, did all those things. I'm sitting there eating lunch and my dog, Sissy, she's sick right now. She's an older dog, you know, we're in that phase of life.
Yeah.
And she just starts throwing up under the table.
Okay.
And so I'm like, okay, not great. You know, it's just like that. Yeah, it's what happens now. And so I get up, I'm going to go get the cleaning stuff so I can clean this all up. And as I'm going to get the cleaning stuff, my doorbell rings.
Okay.
And I'm just like, okay, I'll just see who that is real quick. And I have one of those video doorbells, so I pull it up on my phone as I'm getting all the cleaning stuff out. And it's my neighbor. And I'm like, oh, that's weird, because normally she'll text me if she needs something. So I was like, well, that's weird. She just like came over. I wonder what's going on. So I'm like, all right, I'll just go run and answer the door real quick. As I'm going to the door, and luckily I saw this before I got to the door, in front of my front door, just a lake of pee.
Ew.
Because, again, I have an elderly dog. She has kidney disease specifically.
Yeah.
And has to pee every 5 seconds. And it's not a little pee, it's a lot of pee. And, like, I mean, I just let her out. And we do have puppy pads for her to use. But, you know, she also has this really great thing where she thinks if any of her paws are on the puppy pad, then she is on the puppy pad. And we're like, technically that's true, but not the useful part. And so then I'm like sitting there and I'm like, well, I can't open the door because there's this giant lake here. There's also throw up under my dining table, which you can see from my front door.
You're like, if I open the door right now, they're going to have opinions about my state of living.
Yeah. But then, like I said, it's like weird that my neighbor came by. So then I'm just like, okay, let me try to go figure out what's going on with the neighbor. So then I have to like go backtrack through the house to go out the garage door to figure out what's going on. My neighbor is fine. Nothing was going on. She just had something she wanted to give me. So she was just swinging by real quick. Yeah. But then it was just like this whole thing. Oh, and then here's the real fun of it all. As all of this is happening, right, simultaneously, you text me and are like, hey, do you want to record?
Was this a couple days ago or something? Like a couple weeks ago?
Yeah, it was like last week. And I was just laughing so hard because I was just like, if he just knew all the things that were happening in this very moment.
Nice.
So it wasn't really like a fiasco per se. It was just more hilarious to me, the string of events that was happening. Yeah. And I'm like, what else could be going on right now? But it's fine. You know, my neighbor's fine. The dog is fine. The house is clean. Yeah. We've recorded. It's fine. But it just, it did crack me up because I was just like, what is happening? The only thing I'll say is I'm just glad I saw the lake before I walked into it. But I do also wear house slippers, so it would have been okay.
It wouldn't have been as gross as if you hadn't?
Yeah, I don't know. You don't have indoor dogs, so this probably doesn't happen to you. But there's nothing worse than when you're walking along in your socks and suddenly your sock is wet. Yeah. And you're just like, what is that?
I mean, I've still had that in the past. It's not like I've always like gone around with indoor dogs or like whatever. Like there's still times where you would like walking around the house with socks, even if you don't have dogs and you step on something wet. It's never pleasant.
That's true. I guess that would actually be worse to me if I'm walking along and my sock suddenly gets wet and I didn't have pets. Yeah, I would be like, uh-oh, which did happen to me one time and it was awful. We had just talked about it recently, but there was that summer we had the really, really heavy rainstorm. And I went into the basement and I did just have socks on at that point. And I stepped on the floor and my sock immediately got wet. And I was like, uh-oh. And then that's when we realized, it was all like coming up. Like it had flooded. The ground was so wet. It was like seeping up into the basement.
Yeah. That's not pleasant. That's like my house used to before they had to like redo the driveway. Mm-hmm. Because prior to that, anytime it rained, all the rain would come in from both sides and completely flood like the basement.
Luckily we lucked out because we're actually sort of near the top of the hill. So it was really just the one, like, I wouldn't even say half, maybe half of our basement. The other half was totally fine. It was just the one half is like too low. But man, my neighbors on the corner, they found out they have a spring under their basement. So every single time it rains, their basement floods.
And is there nothing they can do about that? I mean, I'm assuming if it's a spring, they can't.
They put in they weren't able to really do anything. As far as I know, they just put a pump in, like a sump pump. Yeah. And they basically just, anytime they know it's going to rain, they turn it on. And they're just like, that's all we can do. I would be like, can I get a well? Just have my own spring water? Yeah. I know you can't, but I would try.
You're like, well, I've already got it there. Can I get something attached to just like utilize that water? Yeah, because I mean, it's like it's there anyway.
But I have something on my head. Spring water. Do you drink bottled water?
I mean, I do. Are you saying like as far as like I'm one of those people that will be like, oh, bottled water is terrible for you or something?
No. I didn't know like if you buy bottled water, if you're like, nah, like I drink it.
I don't buy bottled water because I don't have a need to, but I will drink it if like it's offered to me.
Is there any bottled water you refuse to drink?
No, not really.
some bottled water is gross.
Not really. I mean, maybe technically, but not really.
That's crazy. Because like mine specifically, Arrowhead water, gross.
You don't like Arrowhead?
No, it's gross.
Arrowhead water is good. I mean, it's just water at the end of the day. But Arrowhead water is good.
No, it's gross. It's really gross.
But it's not though.
But it is. It is gross. There's something about it. I'm like, nah, I'd rather just not drink it. But I wonder where they source their water from. I wonder if all the bottled water I hate comes from the same place.
I mean, it's possible because I'm like, I don't know for certain, but I do know that there are some types of things like that where it's all like the same source and different companies just all pay to use it.
Yeah. Yeah. It says it's sourced from 13 different springs throughout the Western United States. I don't know. It's gross. I hate it. It's disgusting.
You don't like what? Why?
It just tastes weird. I don't know. It tastes, I haven't had it in so long, so now I'm trying to remember how it tastes. But I know I don't like it. It just tastes, I'm trying to think of the word I want to use. I don't want to use sewery.
Tastes sewery. Okay.
It tastes sort of contaminated.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is. It doesn't taste like fresh water is what it tastes like to me. And I'm like, it's gross. I don't want it.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know. It's just my thoughts on that.
I've had water before that's not good. Like there's water at a couple like restaurants, generally fast food places when passing through that you're like, that tastes very not great, honestly.
As a kid, always having fresh mountain spring water. So spoiled. But as a kid, I didn't realize there were places you don't drink water out of the tap. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because I grew up on a well.
That. Yeah, so it's like
I grew up on well water. So yeah, it is the same thing where it's like I did not realize there was water you weren't supposed to drink.
Water you're not supposed to drink, or that water tastes different in different places. I didn't even realize that, and I just remember being little, and we went to Indiana to visit my mom's family, and I got up in the middle of the night. I think we were at my great grandma's house. And I got up in the middle of the night. I'm like, oh, I'm thirsty. So I just went to the kitchen, got some water out the sink. I took a sip and I immediately was just like, oh, that's the worst thing I've ever had in my life.
Like, that does not taste right.
Like, there's something wrong with their water. And I think it was like the next morning I said something to my mom about it. And I'm pretty sure my mom laughed and was just like, oh yeah, no, you don't no. Like, that's not going to taste like the water at home. Like,
yeah, you don't drink the water.
It's different water.
And you're like, but why? In my brain, it's just water.
You know, I was like, whatever, I was 6 or something. I'm just like, how is water different?
You're like, it's water. Water should taste like water. It's like you go to a restaurant and you get like Sprite. It tastes like Sprite every time. How come water's different?
Like, what is with water? I don't understand. Yeah, I just remember that. And I remember being really traumatized by the fact that it was so bad. It was just really bad.
That some water is not good water.
Some water is
yeah, for sure.
Especially growing up with the water that we have here, I was just like, what is this?
Because you're very used to like good water.
Yeah, I'm just.
Well, that's because we have fairly good water.
We do.
Just in general. And then if you have like the well water, it's even better.
Yeah. My sister and I always laugh because our friend was here visiting. And she from Florida, and she was like, oh, can I get some water? And my sister's like, sure. She just got her a glass of water, and our friend's drinking it. And then she's just like, oh, this is so good. What kind of water is this? And we just went, tap water. And she was so mad because she's like being in Florida, she's like, I have to like buy good water, like filter it and or like at home or whatever.
Like, default water is not good.
And we're like, you literally just turn the tap on.
Speaking of water.
The ways of water.
So this was a while ago, so I'll have to know if I remember it. My, at the time, girlfriend, now fiance, we're talking about a while ago. We were discussing and sort of debating like which I guess we don't really have, but like a ways to experience water tier list. Like what in your opinion is the best way to experience water?
Drinking,
like let's say hypothetically that aliens came to Earth and they, for whatever reason, don't know what water is, and you're trying to explain to them or show them the best ways to experience water.
Okay. Just running through my brain. Drinking water, pretty great, but I don't know if aliens would care.
Do you think that's like the best way to experience it, though? Let's say that for whatever reason, their physiology is such that they are capable of drinking water. They just I don't know,
because I do like drinking water. But okay, I would say my first thought was freezing it and showing them ice, like hockey, ice skating. Pretty cool, you know?
Well, I do think there's definitely an element there of like showing off the what you're capable of with water. Like, look, we can freeze this, and that's crazy, right?
If you can keep these aliens like ET, if you can keep them here for a long time and then take them somewhere,
keep them like pets,
like Canada, right, or something, and show them a lake and be like, look how we can swim in it and go boating on it. Isn't this fun? And then bring them back a few months later and be like, look how it's frozen, and now we can do a whole other set of activities. You know, I'm like.
Yeah.
So is it that ice or is it lakes? Maybe lakes are the best way to show them water.
Do you think lakes are the best way to experience water?
I disagree. Here because I'm just like, think about it. It's like you can do all the fun swimming summer activities, come back in the winter, do all the winter activities. That's pretty cool. You can't really do that on the ocean. You got to go a lot farther to do that on the ocean.
That is true. Well, I'm not thinking ocean. I don't know. Personally, one of my favorite ways to experience water would be like a creek. Like a river or a creek that's one you can wade in.
Yeah.
So it's got like the flowing water and you have the sound of it and everything, but it's like the just fun water to wade in.
Not that lakes aren't cold. They're
You're not
okay.
a creek fan?
I don't think they're as much fun as a lake. I think a lake is a lot more fun. If someone invited you, you're telling me if someone invited you, hey, do you want to come to the lake for today or the creek? You're going to pick the creek? That's what you're telling me?
I mean, okay, when you present it like that, maybe, but I actually might pick the creek still because I do like creeks specifically. I like water and like rivers. It doesn't necessarily have to be a creek. It can be like a river, but I like the rivers when they're like shallow enough that they're, you can wade in them a little bit. Yeah.
But you're crazy because I get it. I get the prettiness of creeks. I get the fairy tale aspect of creeks. Like it's, whatever. But a lake, if I had an alien, I think if you and I took an alien and we were like, here's a creek or here's a lake, I think they'd still be more impressed with the lake.
I mean, they might. It's possible they'd be more impressed with the lake.
Depending on what kind of alien they are, they might like the ecosystem of the lake more as well. There's a lot more going on.
I never said it. Actually, I did say it was better. I was going to say I never said it was better, but I actually definitely did.
I will give you a lazy river. A lazy river is also a pretty great way to experience water.
The problem with lazy rivers is the fact that inherently you're not really doing anything. You're kind of just there.
Yeah, that's the lazy part of it.
And I would prefer, well, I know, but I would prefer water that you're actually interacting with, like water that you're swimming in or like wading in or something along those lines.
Or swimming in, or boating in, or tubing in. Maybe jet skiing.
No. Tubing's not the same,
Although you can tube down a river.
You could, but it's just not as much fun. It's more fun when it's
a lazy river until you hit light rapids. Then it's a whole other thing.
It's more fun when it's flowing water of some sort.
I think a water park in general might be a great place to just take them. Just all the experience of water. There's a lazy river. There's a slide. There's some rapids. You can just hit all surfing. They have like the little surfing things. Maybe a water park's the best way.
Yeah,
just
actually, a water park is probably a pretty decent way to experience
just take them straight to a water park. They're like, first day on Earth, water park.
Water park is definitely not terrible. No, it is definitely a decent way to experience it.
Ice, I think ice skating would be fun, which is hence why I was all about the lake. But I don't think ice in and of itself would be all that interesting.
I think ice, just from a standpoint of the fact that, it's if you have a species that's never seen water, experienced water, any capacity, I almost said facacity, any capacity, then water is actually, from like a scientific perspective, a kind of fascinating like material.
Well, here's what I was thinking. We could take them to the lake, have a super fun day. On the way home, stop at hot springs, Do
you think aliens would like hot springs?
I think they would think it was interesting.
I think aliens would be against hot springs. I don't know why, but I don't think aliens and hot springs would just go together,
Why? What reason? Give me a reason.
Everything I know about like aliens, I'm kidding.
Why would they? I don't even understand. Why would they hate hot springs? Give me one reason.
Because aliens and hot springs just would never make sense. I don't think they'd like it,
But what if they come from a planet covered in hot springs? Maybe they feel like they're at home.
No, because the problem is everyone knows that aliens are incapable of withstanding heat and temperature change. It's their biggest weakness. So they wouldn't be able to handle the hot springs.
Then why would they come here? This ever-changing place.
Well, because not all of here is hot. They just only go to like the not hot.
Yeah, but you say hot. What temperature? Give me a temperature that they go to. What is
How hot are
too
hot
hot?
springs?
What is too hot for an alien?
Okay,
no,
real
no,
quick, let me
no,
Google
no,
how
no, no, no.
hot
You tell me
are
what is
hot
too hot for an alien.
Whatever is too hot for hot spring. Whatever temperature hot springs are.
You're an idiot.
Oh no.
Just give me a temperature. Just give me a guess. Just give me a guess of what you think the hot springs are.
Hot
And what
springs
you
are
think-
definitely 120 degrees.
Let's see, average hot springs, 95 degrees. Some can go up to 104. So it's like a hot tub. Yeah, it's just a hot tub. Okay,
Yeah.
so they can only come visit in the winter or like spring. Interesting.
Yeah, exactly. And that would be perfect, right?
Okay. But what's too cold? Can they handle cold?
Oh yeah, they can handle cold just fine. That's not an issue at all.
Okay, but you're okay. So you're telling me there's no limit to how cold they can handle.
No, none whatsoever.
They can go to the coldest there's ever been. I don't know what the coldest there's ever been is. They can go the coldest there's ever been, but they can't go to 95.
Yeah, because
What's
they're
the
from like
cutoff?
ice winter planets.
Is it
They're
95? Is it 95 specifically? What's the cutoff here? Or is it 82?
I think it's like 102 specifically.
They could do the hot springs.
Oh wait, no, it's 93 specifically.
Put her in, check the temperature, and then let them know. Be like, you can get in these two, those two over there, much too hot. Don't go over there.
These ones, no way you could do that. Terrible idea.
Okay. Do they go in shock if they go from too cold to too hot? Or too hot to too cold?
Yeah, they go into some sort of shock and they just die on the spot.
What is the degree change? How big of a swing can we have in an instant before they die?
Here's the thing. I'm not what do they call it? A xenobiologist? I don't know specifically. You know?
Well, you seem to have a lot of opinions so far.
Oh, but that's the thing is I don't. I pretend I do, but I really don't. I don't know. I'm not a xenobiologist. I just know what's like the public information, you know?
So you don't know that any of this is factually correct. So we could very well take them to the hot springs. You're just ruining their day to ruin their day like you do everybody. You're like, oh, are you having a good time? Now you're not.
Well, yeah, exactly. That's kind of like, that's my job, I think.
What about waterfalls? Do you think they'd like waterfalls? Oh gosh, what's the big one? What's the big waterfall? Niagara Falls, thank you. I could picture it, and I just could not think of the word.
Yeah, see, my problem with waterfalls, and it's why I don't think aliens would enjoy it either, is that they're all fine and dandy, they're cool, but it's a lot more fun to have water you can actually interact with, and most waterfalls you just kind of look at from a distance.
What if we found a small waterfall and you could walk in it?
I mean, that would be fun.
It?
Yeah, for sure, that'd be fun.
Why do you have to interact with everything?
Because it's better. It's better to be able to, like, water is better when you can interact with it.
Is there any form of water you like that you don't interact with?
What
about a water feature, like a fountain?
I mean, if it's one that I can touch, I'll usually touch it.
No, you can't interact with it. It's like one of those. It's like one of those that's like between glass, and you can just see it like trickling down, but you can't touch it. Do you go to museums? Are museums hard for you to go to?
Why? Because I don't get to touch things?
Because you can't touch things. Can't interact with it.
No, not specifically. I mean, I do prefer being able to touch things, especially when it's like water, but not specifically.
Oh. Do you enjoy washing dishes because you're interacting with the water?
I do, as long as no one's bothering me. I don't like it if someone's bothering me while I'm doing dishes, but I like doing dishes if people leave me alone.
What is bothering you? Like talking to you?
Yeah, kind of, actually. My favorite way to do dishes is sort of to like be able to just put in a headphone and put on like an audiobook or a movie or something and just do the dishes with no one like walking over to you and bothering you.
Okay. Well, it's after dinner. You and your fiance cleaning up after dinner. You're going to wash the dishes. She hops up onto the counter next to the sink. You guys are whatever. She has a cup of tea. She's just going to chit chat with you while you wash dishes. Tell you a story, like an audiobook. Going to tell you a story about her day. Are you like, honey, not now. I'm washing dishes.
I mean, yeah, I'd prefer it. Is that terrible? Yeah, it's probably terrible, but oh well.
It's like, it's a really big story to tell you. You're like, can't you see I'm doing something?
Yeah.
These plates will not clean themselves.
It's terrible, but yeah.
Okay. On a scale of 1 to 10, how much do you like washing the dishes, though, since you get to interact with the water?
I like doing dishes, is like I said, as long as I'm sort of like left alone.
What if she was doing the dishes? Would you talk to her? Or would you be like, nah, this is dishwashing time?
Well, where she's different, though. So, like, I would normally be inclined not to because that's what I like. But I also would know that, like opinions are different. So, therefore, she might want, like, someone to stand there and talk to her the whole time.
But could you handle it? Could you handle it standing next to the sink, not touching the water? Not interacting with it, just watching the water?
I mean, I'd prefer to touch the water, but I mean, I can handle that. You present me like someone who has like absolutely zero self-restraint when I see water that I'm like, I must touch water.
Well, it's like weird to me that you don't want to be around water unless you can be interacting with it.
How is that weird?
I don't know. It's just weird.
I mean, yeah, I like water, but how is that weird?
I don't know. I think I can just sit and watch water, like watch a waterfall or a fountain or a creek. I don't have to interact with the water. I can just look at it. It's fine.
Okay.
Do you ever go on a walk around the lake?
I have, yeah.
Do you know how like when you take people do you know when they take people on a walk around the lake with their dog and then they're walking on the path and the dog's splashing in the water? Are you gonna ever take your crazy dog on a walk and she'll be up on the path and you'll be splashing in the water?
Yeah, I'd do that, but I'd rather touch the water as well myself.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, your dog is gonna stay up on the shore, up on the sidewalk. You'll be down in the water.
I'm not allowed
It'll
to.
be like opposite of what you normally see. You can go in the water. I'm saying you go in the water. Your dog stays up on the pathway.
Oh, okay.
Because normally it's the other way around, is what I'm saying.
Oh, okay. See, I thought you were saying that like I don't get to touch the water at all.
No, I already know your feelings about needing to touch the water.
Well, I was going to say, that's not okay with me. I have to touch the water. I must touch the water. I have no self-control, remember? I have no ability to stop myself. I see water and I'm like, must touch. And then I just sort of run at it like a weird, like, uncontrollable gremlin monster.
Are you, okay, I was just thinking about this, about the need to like people have that just natural reaction to things. Yeah. When you see a balloon, do you have to punch it? Or like bop it? You know what I'm talking about?
Often, yes.
Yeah. Because I feel like that's a really natural reaction. I feel like people's natural reaction is they see a balloon and they just have to like, pop, you know?
Yeah. It's like that thing if you're walking through like a store and there's like a sign that's low and you kind of want to just whack it.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. I'm trying to think of like other things that you just have that weird need to do. You're just like, I have to.
Especially if other people are, if you're like walking through in a line of people and like a line for something and there's other people like touching something as they walk by, like whacking the sign, every person that walks by, I feel like I'm compulsed at that point to also touch the sign.
Isn't there, I feel like there's a lot of stuff you see like that where it's like people have touched it like over years and years and years, and now it looks totally different than like the surrounding area because people kept touching it.
Where it ends up like worn down.
Yeah. I always think that's fascinating. Yeah, I was just trying to think. I just feel like there's so many things, but now I can't. The balloon one was the main one I thought of. It's like you have to bop it. I kind of want to put a balloon up at work and just see how many people walking by have to
touch it. I would guess a fair number of them actually.
Yeah, especially if it was like right by the back door. I just imagine so many people would just have to bop it, just like swat at it like cats.
I would guess a fair number of people would be like, I have to because I see it.
Because I must.
It's like a social experiment, right? Where you just sort of put one like by the door and you just keep track of how many people just like walk by and whack it.
Yeah, I think that'd be interesting just to see how many people do it. I bet most people. I bet I would do it all day long. Just every time I walk by.
You think so?
Yeah. Even knowing it was my own social experiment. Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I think I would, because I already know I do things like that. Like every now and then if I'm driving and I'm like driving really slowly and there's a tree, and like I've talked about this before, I think on the podcast, but if I'm driving really slowly and there's a tree, I'll just like reach out the window and try to whack the branch. It's kind of like, it's not the same, but it's kind of like when you see a dog and you have this compulsion that you like must pet the dog. It's like that, but like with random things as well, where you're like, I have to touch that. I don't know why, but I have to.
You're saying that. I never like to ask people to pet their dogs. I just hit my microphone. I always see the dogs and I'm always like, oh, puppy, right? And I always look at them, but I don't ever want to ask to pet them or anything. If the dog comes over to me, then I'll be like, okay, pet your dog, right? But I love my husband's reaction to dogs because his reaction every time he sees a dog is just like, dog. And then he just like has to like squat down to their level. And then he'll be like, can I pet your dog?
Wait, he squats before he asks if he can pet the dog?
Yeah, because usually the dog's already, dogs love him. So they're usually already coming to him. They're usually already like, I need to get to that guy over there.
So basically it's he starts petting the dog and then retroactively is like, oh, my bad. Am I allowed to pet your dog?
Yeah, but no, dogs love him. So usually it's the dog is like, I'm coming over there and you're going to pet me. I don't care what my owner says. Yeah,
that is funny. I'm curious to see if he ever met my dogs, how they'd react, because you do say that he like dogs love him. And I'm like, okay, I want to know.
Your one dog is like scared of everybody. Is what you say. I haven't met her, but I'm so interested in bringing him over and see if your dog is just like, yes, this is my new best friend.
Yeah.
And you'll be like, whoa, he's my best friend too.
Well, because they're like super, super friendly, but doesn't really like people. So doesn't really want people walking over.
That's true. Maybe that's why too, because he does the thing where he squats down, the dogs feel more like they can come to him than the other way around, you know? Maybe that's why. I don't know.
I mean, it's possible.
Babies really like him too, or like toddlers and stuff also really love him. I don't know.
That's like, I've had the same thing before with like babies specifically, where I'm like, I don't know why, but if I'm like just at something and there's a baby nearby, every now and then they'll just like be staring at me. And I'm like, why are you staring at me? Is my face that interesting to you?
But apparently to your niece.
Apparently. Wait, to my niece?
Yeah, isn't she the one that said you have a pretty soul or something? You're pretty on the inside. She's the one that
walked up and said, you're not pretty, but you have a pretty face. Oh, wait, no. You're not pretty, but you... Oh, no. She said, you're not pretty, but you have a pretty heart.
That's what she said.
Or something like that. She's like, but you're nice. You have a pretty heart. And I was like, okay. Nice. But still, you're not pretty. And
it's really sad. I wish she had a better judge of character, but she'll grow into it, I suppose.
Yeah, to be fair, she was only like 7 at the time. So, yeah, I mean, it's fair, you know. What does she really know?
She's still like weirdly trusting.
Yeah, for sure.
She had no idea what a horrible person
What does she know, really? Evidently not anything.
Evidently nothing.
Yeah, for sure. It is always funny, though. Kids are always funny with the things that they'll say to you because it's the most, like, ridiculously out-of-pocket stuff. Mm-hmm. That you're like, why? Why is that the thing you decided you had to tell me right this minute?
I don't know. I feel like that's how we kind of function.
Okay, that is true. Because there are times when we'll just randomly walk over and be like, hey, I have to tell you this right now. I could tell you it later, but I have to tell you this right now.
I have to tell you right now. And it's like, we're literally going to talk to each other in 10 minutes. It's like, I have to tell you now.
Yeah, it's like, I could tell you later, or I could tell you right this minute.
But you need to know. I saw this news article title because sometimes I just like to I don't read news articles. I just like to read the titles and just guess what they're talking about. Right? Because usually it's not interesting. But it just says, girl who eats art.
Girl and I was who like, eats art?
Yeah. And I was
but
just like...
But you didn't read the actual, like, the actual, like, article? You just read the girl who eats art part?
Yeah, I just read that part and I was like, what? That's okay. And then all I could think about is, like, she is also someone who can't go to museums because she also wants to interact with it too much. You know, and they're like, ma'am, please stop.
Because she wants to eat the art. They're like, ma'am, please stop licking the Mona Lisa. But it tastes so good.
I love Starry Night. It's the yummiest.
It's the most delicious one you have here.
Oh, that'd be awful.
And yet, believable.
Oh my gosh, it was like a long time ago. I saw the video of what was it? It was in a museum. I'm gonna have to look it up. It was in a museum, but it was a guy, like an artist made a chair out of, I don't even remember. Here it is. Okay. Crystal chair. Okay. So yeah, it was this video and this guy had made a chair out of crystals, right? Like attaching crystals together. He made this chair. It was like just a piece of artwork. For some reason, and this is the part I don't understand, the museum had it on a lower platform, right? So it's like on a platform that's maybe like 2 inches off the floor, right? Like fairly low platform.
Yeah.
And this couple came through and this guy went and was I don't know if he was pretending. I think he was pretending to make it look like he was sitting on the chair.
Yeah.
And I think he ended up losing his balance and he kind of fell back onto the chair, sat on it. It's only made of crystals. This is probably like a 250-pound guy. And so, of course, it shatters, it breaks. The people, no one else is in this exhibit with them, I guess, because they like look around and then they just scurry out of the museum and just leave. And so they were like releasing the video because they're just like, help us find these criminals because they destroyed this artwork and then just left, right? And it's actually kind of sad because this whole thing where they're like, it sucks that we have to put everything behind glass and people can't look at anything without it being behind glass because people can't just not touch things. But they did say, like, had the people just come forward and just explained what happened, it might have been one of those things where, like, yes, it was awful, whatever, but they could have worked something out where it's like, but then they just fled and didn't say anything. Like,
yeah. Well, I mean,
I'm just like, just quit
to be fair
things.
to them. I mean, okay, I guess there's a level of it probably was pretty obviously like some sort of art piece because it's not made of like, wood.
And it had the sign that was like such and such art piece made by artist. I didn't remember his name.
Yeah, but still there's a part of it that's like, part of me is like, but at the same point, if you actively have like a chair in a museum, I'm like, or anything, okay, not even a chair. Here's the thing I know about people. If there is a chair-like device somewhere, people will sit on it, regardless of whether or not it's like actually a chair.
Yes, that's why I was like, why? I remember seeing the video and I'm like, if it's a chair, why is it not on at least like a waist-high platform? You know what I mean? Why is it on like a 2-inch platform? Because people can very easily then go sit on it, right? And they're saying how like, oh, everything needs to be behind glass. I'm like, I don't think it needed to be behind glass. I think it just needed to be a little higher. I mean, I don't want to be mean to this guy, but I don't think he was going to climb up on a waist-high platform to sit on the chair, right? I think it was just more an opportunity. It's like, I can just go right there and pretend to sit on this chair. Sure. I don't know.
Well, I mean, that's like,
crazy.
There are places that have to, I'm thinking Disneyland, that they have to put benches everywhere because people will sit on anything that is sit on a bull, regardless of whether or not it's something that, like, they should be sitting on.
That's fair.
So there's a level of you have to put benches everywhere so that people will sit on the things you want them to sit on at least.
I remember at my high school, there was like a brick wall that went around part of the courtyard area, like outside the cafeteria, and kids would sit up on it, right? But it was like a few feet off the ground, and the security guards were always yelling at people to quit sitting on the wall. Because I think it was one of those that was like just high enough that like a kid could fall and get hurt, and so obviously liability reasons. But as a kid, you're just like, why can I not just sit here? Like,
it's like you're like, it's just a chair. Can I not just sit on this chair?
It's just a chair. I don't understand why you're upset.
Yeah, for sure. But it's because liability. It comes down to liability.
So annoying. Just make people responsible.
They don't like people sitting on stuff. If they're liable for it. They're like, no sitting.
No sitting, only standing.
Funny how people can be liable for people sitting on stuff, but you can't be liable for not having anywhere for people to sit,
That is interesting. But yeah, I mean, you're not like required to have a place to sit, right?
I mean, I don't think so.
Have you seen this picture? I don't remember where it was, but I thought it was actually really genius. It was like people in line, they like just leave their like item in the line and then go sit down. And then it's just like when it's your turn, you go grab your item and go up. And then when your item's next.
I would say that's all fine and dandy, except for the fact that like I wouldn't trust people to like, I guess that's just the thing you're buying is what you're saying.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. For some reason, I had this moment of like leaving your like purse or your phone or something there. I'm like, that's gonna get stolen.
I was gonna say, or you think people like left like shoes or something, right? Like it wasn't anything like overly valuable.
Well, I was just gonna be like, depending on the person, and their shoes could be valuable.
That is so true. I couldn't imagine buying super expensive shoes.
You can't imagine a super expensive shoes?
Buying them?
I mean, I can't either. Well, okay, to be fair, I have spent a fair amount of money on shoes, but they're always just like expensive work shoes kind of things, like boots. I haven't spent that much money on like shoes that you would say are just shoes.
What do you
like
think the most expensive shoe
$300
is?
on regular shoes. Most expensive shoe? Probably like a ridiculous one.
Okay. I love your specificity. Oh, that's really obvious. Yeah, actually, we should have been able to guess that.
What is it?
The ruby slippers from Wizard of Oz.
Oh, well.
$32 million. All right, let's see.
What's the most expensive, like reasonable, or at least not reasonable, but like I guess
what
not
are
like
these?
movie prop shoes.
Okay, these are not a movie prop shoe. These are Moonstar shoes by Antonio Vetri. I'm not sure how to say that. Do you want to guess the cost of these shoes?
I'm going to guess something ludicrous like $5,000.
Oh, you're wrong. It is $19 million. But that was a really good guess.
For shoes?
Let's see. You can buy Michael Jordan's final NBA shoes for $2 million if those other shoes were a little too expensive for you.
That's because those other shoes are too expensive for me, because that's absurd. Though those are also absurd to me.
All right. How would I even look this up? I'm like, what's the most expensive normal person shoe?
I mean, you could search that and just see what it says. There's a level of, you could just be like, what are the most expensive like normal person shoes that aren't collector shoes?
Louis Vuitton. $3,000 for bedazzled sneakers.
Yeah, that seems reasonable.
Yeah.
So you're gonna buy some of those?
No, if anything, I'm gonna get these also Louis Vuitton dress shoes for $1,300. It's much more in my price range. Yeah.
Yeah.
Walking. Oh,
but are they for you, or would they be for Trey?
No, they'd be for Trey. Dior has a walking shoe. It's specifically walking in Dior sneaker, stone gray, $1,100.
Dior sneakers. That's crazy.
I love that they're like, no, they're sneaker. Oh, the Orbit sneaker is only $1,000, so you can save yourself a little money.
Oh, yeah, that's reasonable.
I didn't realize I was so cheap when it came to my shoes.
So you didn't realize that?
I had no idea. Could you imagine? I can't even imagine going in my closet and all my shoes being over, like every pair of shoes being over $1,000.
Yeah, that would be absolutely insane, actually.
That'd be crazy. What's the ugliest shoe? And I realize that's just that's like personal preference.
What, you think ugliest shoe is personal preference? Although I guess you could look up like just generally if they've done a study on like what people say is the like ugliest shoe.
Mainly I'm getting Christmas sweater printed shoes. That's what I'm getting. Mainly that's my search result. So if you would like a Christmas sweater printed onto your shoe, there you go. Y2K shoes are a thing, and they're pretty ugly.
You're not a fan of Y2K shoes?
No, they're kind of ugly.
Why? What did they?
They're not as cute as the ones I used to wear. They're just really chunky sneakers, but I feel like Funhouse chunky, right? It's like we wore chunky sneakers, and then they were like, and then they're like, but what if we made it more extreme? You know?
But what if they were like ultra crazy?
Yeah, like, but what if? Go with me on this.
But work with me here. What if?
Here, I'll send you a picture of one. Maybe I'll send you a picture of one.
I'm waiting for it to come through. I don't see it yet. Come on, hurry up. Come on,
okay,
hurry up.
Went through. On Discord.
Did it though? I still haven't. Oh, on Discord. I'm like, I haven't seen it. What in those are? Yeah, that's wild.
Yeah, those are hideous, right?
And how much are those shoes?
Oh, those ones aren't bad. You can get those for $53. Oh, they're actually on sale. They were $100. They're half off.
Wow, that's absurd. But if anyone listening wants these shoes, you can get them for half off maybe by the time this comes out. We'll see.
I'm trying to figure out where.
Does it say how long it's going to be half off for?
It doesn't.
How much longer
you can get it at Y2K Apparel.
Y2K Apparel. There you go. Now you can get Y2K Apparel. Is that just a company that makes like that style, like Y2K style clothes?
That's what I'm guessing.
For all those people that want to be retro because Y2K is now considered retro.
I know. It's crazy.
That is actually insane to me. I'm like, how is Y2K retro now already?
I mean,
I guess it's 26 years ago, but that still doesn't seem like it should qualify as retro.
That's wild.
Doesn't feel to me like it should be retro, but I guess,
That's getting older. That's just getting older. You're like, that's not that old. And you're like, that was 15 years ago. Are there any new movies? We haven't talked about movies in a while.
I don't know of any new movies.
Yeah, we haven't talked about none that I care about. No.
I don't, honestly, I'm not in touch with movies. Generally, the only movies I know about are when like certain specific ones come up. But most of the time it's like I only know about, like I said, certain specific ones or someone else mentions it, but I don't follow like movie trailers and stuff.
I used to, and then I don't know. The last couple of movies I've seen weren't great. Although we did go see that Anaconda movie. Actually pretty good. It was funny.
You enjoyed it?
Yeah.
It was a good time, as you say.
It was funny.
It was a ball, as they used to say like 20 years ago. More than 20 years ago. A lot more than, I don't know why I said just 20 years ago. A lot more than 20 years ago.
Yeah, what did we used to say in Y2K?
What did they used to say in Y2K?
Yeah. Because that was like 20 years ago. It was a joke from what we were just talking about.
What did they say back in Y2K? What was like the Y2K slang? Because I was alive, but I wasn't really alive. In that I wasn't like aware.
I was alive, but I wasn't living, you know?
Well, that's true though, because I was young enough that I'm like, I don't know.
I don't know why I can't think of anything. I'm trying to think of what movies were popular.
You were there, right? You should know.
I mean, I was there, yeah. But so I was like, I'm trying to think of what was popular. I don't know, because I don't think I used a lot. I mean, I probably did at the time, but I don't think any of it stuck. I don't know.
You don't think any of it stuck? Not a thing.
I don't know. Is it sad that I have to look up slang from my own generation?
I guess.
Let's see here. Slang from the Y2Ks.
Y2K slang.
Oh, fetch from Mean Girls. Yeah, I don't know. I guess people.
What did fetch mean?
Kind of said that. It was just from Mean Girls because the one girl, like anytime she was saying something was cool, she'd be like, "Oh, that's so fetch." And then Regina George like yells at her and she's like, "Stop trying to make fetch happen. It's never gonna happen." Sick.
So did it not happen
then? It didn't happen. Fetch never became a thing. And then I think people said fetch to be funny from the movie, but it really wasn't a thing. Sick.
Yeah.
To describe something cool or awesome. Yeah, that's true. That is sick.
Well, sick is still a thing, though.
Yeah. Oh, you know what it is? Like, I just read chillax. I feel like there were terms that Lizzie McGuire used that I'm not sure people actually use, like Coolio. Except maybe Coolio. I don't know. Did Coolio use the word Coolio?
I don't know. I mean, I have to assume he got the name from the word Coolio, but I don't know if he actually used the word Coolio.
Does Coolio ever say Coolio? That's what I want to know.
Does Coolio ever actually say Coolio?
I don't really know enough about Coolio, so I'm not sure. Why? I wonder why we started saying Coolio. Sketchy.
Sketchy I use. Sketchy I think stuck around somehow.
Yeah. Bling. I didn't realize that wasn't a thing before.
Bling wasn't a thing prior to like around the Y2K time?
I guess. Noob. Noob is a early 2000s word. That's okay. I didn't realize that.
I feel like the first time I ever heard someone use noob was specifically in reference to like video games and stuff, and it always happened at like...
Yeah. That's...
What? I feel like it was like mid 2000s, not Y2K-ish.
Yeah, it says someone inexperienced, especially in gaming. Yeah. Peeps, home skillet. Yeah.
Home skillet. Home Skillet's a good one. How come people don't use Home Skillet?
I don't know. Is that our new nickname for each other? Home Skillet?
What's up, Home Skillet?
What's up, Home Skillet?
Just watch. Next episode, I'm going to lead off with what's up, Home Skillet, when you say hi.
Yeah, I'm going to be so confused. I'll forget, and I'll be like, what?
Because you'll forget. You'll be like, why? And I'll be like, because we said we were going to do this. Now I'm all by myself, and I feel weird.
Oh, you got served. I forgot that
I got
was a thing.
served.
Wasn't
Served
that a
is one
show?
yeah.
Wasn't that a movie?
You got served?
Or
Maybe?
wasn't that it was like an early 2000s show with, was it Nick Cannon? Because I don't know, he hosts everything.
Nick Cannon? I don't know. I don't even know off the top of my head who Nick Cannon is.
Oh, you don't know who Nick Cannon is? He was everywhere. He did everything. He was in the movie Drumline. I actually can't think of. You Got Served. It was a dance movie. I don't know why that's stuck in my head. I'm surprised you don't know who Nick Cannon is.
I mean, I recognize the name, but I don't know off the top of my head.
He's the Ryan Seacrest of our generation. Just kidding, because they're the same generation.
Ryan Seacrest of our generation. Is that basically like what he was, though?
Yeah, he was like an actor. I can't remember. He was also a rapper. I feel like he did that, but I feel like that was that thing where like every star at some point was an actor and a singer and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, he just like went on to start hosting.
There was definitely a period of time where that kind of felt like it was the case. Yeah.
Yeah, like just everybody. They're like, do you remember old Hollywood when everyone had to be able to act, sing, and dance? We want to bring that back. And then they're like, actually,
if you weren't
maybe
a triple threat, you would not get hired. Yeah.
Yeah. And they're like, and they tried it a little bit, and then they're like, actually, maybe let's not do that.
They're like, if you're not a triple threat, you will not get hired. And then the next one is if you can do it, we don't care if you can do anything at all anymore.
Yeah, they're like, actually, you don't even have to have that much talent.
Because that's definitely the case now where they're like, we don't even care if you can act.
It said Nick Cannon was on All That, and I don't remember this.
You watched All That?
Yeah. Oh, it was the best show. It was like the children's version of Saturday Night Live.
Okay.
It was great.
I mean, I don't know that much about Saturday Night Live either, but
I mean, you get the concept. It's just like a sketch comedy show. So it was just like a children's sketch comedy show on Nickelodeon, and it was great, and I loved it. Watched it all the time. I can't believe you've never seen it.
Why would I have seen it? I didn't really watch TV ever.
I know you don't watch TV, yeah, but you would love it. You would really, really love it.
You think so?
I think so. Because
sketch comedy is funny anyway.
Yeah, and it definitely is like our dumb sense of humor thing. I'm gonna find clips and send them to you later.
You said the kids' versions of Saturday Night Live, and then you said it's our dumb kind of humor. So what you're saying is we have childish humor? We
do have childish humor. Because sometimes, I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't find Saturday Night Live all that funny. I'm gonna be honest. Just not always.
I have seen funny
definitely
skits, but it's not like the norm.
Yeah. But it's not the usual. It's like, I don't find all of them funny. Yeah. And I mean, I'm sure a lot of people don't find all of them funny, but.
Yeah, for sure.
So you didn't really watch TV, so you don't have like a favorite childhood show?
Not really. Should I have?
Oh, I mean, you don't have to. I was just asking. It's like, I don't know. So my husband Trey and I was like, we connect a lot over like shows we both watched as kids, or like even like it's so interesting because even people I meet roughly around my age, it's like they at least, if you bring up a show from that time period, it's like they know what you're talking about. They've seen those episodes. They also know those shows. You know what I mean?
It's just like you can connect to others via nostalgia kind of thing.
Yeah. Yeah. And so I was just, it doesn't matter. It's just interesting to me that like you don't have that. You don't have like as far as a show. Not. I mean, I'm sure you do in other aspects, but just as far as in a show, it's interesting.
I do as far as I used floppy disks when I grew up.
Yeah. And so did we.
Now you use stone tablets and styluses.
Yeah, but later, in my later years of school.
Yeah, when you were like late high school, then you started getting floppy disks. I love the implication just then.
that I was in school so long. We went from stone tablets.
Also, I love the implication that stone tablets, or that it went straight from stone tablets and stylies to floppy disks, and there was no in between there. I think that's kind of a hilarious implication.
I figured we were saying that I was in school so long.
I mean, you were, because you were held back for like, what would that be, a couple hundred years?
Yeah. You know, like I'm really good for my age.
You were held back for a long time. Do you think, I mean, not that it would actually affect anything, but if you think, do you think if you were held back for, say, like 20 years, so you had to go through like elementary school for 20 years and that level of education, and then you had to do high school for another 20 years, and then you had to do college for another 20 years, do you think by the time you graduated at like 60 something, you would at least be very well educated?
I think so. I think you would. Well, here's the thing. I think a lot of it is repetition, right? It's the building blocks and that, but I think you'd have a very strong grasp of every single thing you've learned because you've just learned it over and over and over again.
If you spent 60 years going through what normally takes like, what, 12 to 20 years to do?
Yeah.
18 years?
I don't know why when you started saying that, initially my thought was you were saying like, what if I did school again? Like a Billy Madison situation. And I was like, no, I'll pass. Thank you.
I mean, you could
I'd
if
rather
you wanted
not.
to.
I don't want to.
You could if you wanted to. It's definitely an option.
I don't need it. It's fine.
Come on. It's an option though.
Nobody even uses cursive anymore. It's fine. I don't need to go back.
What does that have to do with cursive?
Well, if I went back through school. Although I was thinking, do you think I'd learn a lot of new things since the school curriculum has probably changed? For instance, I don't think they teach cursive anymore.
I mean, I would think you'd have to.
And now they have that new weird way of teaching math and stuff. I don't know if they still do that anymore either, but.
All I know is I've heard the jokes of like math being different, and it's like math is the new math, what they call new math. And I'm like,
yeah.
But I don't know what they did or didn't change, so I don't know what that all entails.
Our friend, when their kids were in elementary school, they were like explaining it to us, the weird way they teach math now. And I can't remember exactly what it was, but it was something where instead of, I felt like what a lot of it was is instead of learning, and I could be totally wrong, but instead of learning the specific, like we used to just remember multiplication tables, right?
Yeah.
Like you just memorize them and then you would just apply that to learn new ones, whatever, right? And now they're like, what if we took this simple math problem and broke it up into 12 math problems, and then you just put all those math problems back together when you get the answers, and then you have the answer?
Is that not the kind of the way, I mean, I guess that's kind of the way I did math growing up, was sort of the like, well, if you have a given math problem, you break it down into all these parts and then you can sort of put it all back together after the fact.
I think both, right? It's like, I think sometimes that's useful, and I think sometimes it's good to just know the information, right? Depending on the math problem.
Yeah.
But I think lots of problems are that way, right? It's like, sometimes it's better to break it out. Kind of like spelling, right? It's like, yes, most of the time you can sound out the word. And then because English is so much fun, sometimes it's helpful to just know how to spell the word, right? Like sometimes you just have to learn it.
Nah, sound it out every time. See what happens.
Every time.
Every time.
I was looking up, what's the hardest word to spell? Anemone?
I don't know.
Can you spell anemone?
Anemone? Like the sea anemone?
Just as anemone.
I can spell an enemy. It's pretty easy. K.
All right, I was waiting for it. Yeah.
S-I.
I was waiting for it. I was like, if he doesn't spell my name.
I could spell an enemy. Easy. Don't worry. It's easy.
Difficult words in the English language. I'm going to skip the first three because they're medical terms.
Okay.
Indict.
I don't know how to spell indict. That's definitely a one for me.
INDICT.
Well, that's cheating because you're reading it.
Liquefy.
Well, that's just LIQUIFIY.
Oh, LIQUEFY.
I put too many I's in it at the end.
Yeah. Wednesday.
Wednesday? That's just Wednesday. You just got to do it Wednesday.
That one you just sounded out. Wednesday.
Yeah, if you say Wednesday, you'll get it right.
A lot of these also, let's see, diphthong?
Wouldn't that just be, I don't know. I feel like that's one's going to be misleading.
Well, okay, you're already on the right track.
Is it just that one's got like a weird like it's like DIPTHO but like GN or something like that, isn't it? Or is it not? Or is it just NG?
No.
Is it just NG?
It's just NG.
Oh.
Do you want to
I was
try
like,
again?
it felt like it had to have been a
So
trick.
there is a trick. It's DIPHTHONG.
Oh, because the PH. Okay. I was like, I know there's something weird about that one.
Okay, and that word also for people who don't know, because I've heard of the word, but I don't think I could have defined it, is a sound formed by two vowels using a single syllable.
I knew that.
What's an example of that? Don't have one for you. Figure it out.
You don't have an example? It doesn't give you an example there? That's
It
interesting.
doesn't. Do you have an example? You're the English major.
I'm surprised it doesn't give you an example there.
You're the English major. How do you not have an example?
Because that's not English, that's linguistics.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Like, that's a different thing.
Examples. Hound. Jeer. Crime. Light. Bite. Break. Pray. Pray. Braid. Ache. Huh. I don't think I understand. But whatever.
What the definition? Like, it doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah, I'm just like, you know what? That's for someone else to worry about. Grammarmonster.com, in case anyone wants to look at the examples themselves.
In case they specifically care themselves.
In case they specifically care. Well, that's all I had for that. That's all I have for you with the tricky words.
That's all we have for today.
What will we learn next week? Tune in.
Tune in to hear Kassi say, that's why we're not really friends.